we all seek to find our identity in different things in our lives. And growing up the daughter of a teacher and a football coach, I learned very quickly that my identity was found in making good grades and achieving athletic accolades. And we also had a very close, strong Christian family. And so being a good Christian daughter and being a good Christian sister were, a loving sister became so much of who I was too. And though my parents loved me very much, the pressure to maintain that kind of high standards really left me feeling like I constantly had to be better and I constantly had to do more and achieve more to earn my value, not only in my family but in my community, in our community growing up. And the stakes were really high if I messed up because my parents were well respected leaders there, and my older brother was a star student and an athlete too. So I just kind of quietly and obediently filled the roles that I was supposed to play every day and live that life, and literally was keeping up with the Joneses. But in striving to earn my identity and my value, there was little room left for me to show up in my true self. There was little room left for me to live from my heart. And life was really about performance and achievement a lot of the time, and I didn't know that at the time. But so I, continued my way that way through school and through actually and even into my career. And that may be the way that you kind of have sought to find your identity, or your situation may be different. But but that was the way it happened for me. No matter how we seek to find our identity, we all seek to find it in something outside of ourselves. And either way, we learn early on that we have to seek our way to prove our value and to find that identity for ourselves. So, what have you been tempted to find your identity in? Just think about that. Are you that woman who maybe finds fulfillment and praise, or used to find fulfillment and praise from your job and from your career, but now you find yourself kind of tirelessly working at home and with unappreciative children and with kind of you feel like very little to show for it? Or are you the woman or the man who has been blinded by the ladder of success, or at the expense of your own happiness, or at the expense of your family maybe? And you're maybe feeling frustrated because you're in a job where you don't find much fulfillment. Or maybe you're the mom or the dad who feels like you can't keep up with the seemingly altogether mom or dad next door, and you can't keep up with the lifestyle that they have that looks perfect. Are you the business owner maybe who pours most of your time and your energy into your business, and you're tired and you're exhausted and you kind of lost yourself in that, and you aren't achieving the level of success or the wealth that you want to feel good about yourself? Well, I was stuck in that same position, in that same pattern for life for many years, and it's really not living at all. We weren't created for existing like that. So, you want to know what's going to set you free from that prison that you're living in now? Well, it's this. When we shift into living out of our true identity, rather than trying to live to earn and strive to earn our false identity, that's when it changes. When we begin to live out of the identity of who we really are, rather than trying to earn who we think we're supposed to be, is when it changes. And here's what I mean. Because you're a child of God, the son or daughter of a king. And I want you to just stop and think about that. When I was a coach's daughter, and as a coach's daughter growing up, I knew that because my dad was the head coach in the town, that I had favor and I had some power with people and in certain situations. And I had special privileges in some situations as a result. But think about that times a million if you and I would realize and accept and live out of the fact that we're sons and daughters of a king. Stop and think about that. How differently would we live out of that place of honor and privilege? How would that change our lives if you would receive the fact that you are an insider in the kingdom of God, and your Creator Daddy has bestowed His favor and His abundant blessings on you? Then how would that shift your mindset about your true identity and about how you were meant to live? If you began to act as though you have an irreplaceable spot in the kingdom, an irreplaceable spot that God has put you in this world that no one else can fill, how would that change your life and change the way that you live every day? How would it change the way that you view your challenges and your struggles? How about the way that you feel about yourself? How would it shift the way that you actually communicate with God? Try it out for just a few minutes and then receive that as truth, because it is. Now, sit in that and let it settle over you, because if we begin to step into our true identity and to begin to live out of that place instead of trying to earn it in something that is not fulfilling, then from that moment on, you're free to experience life as the chosen, set apart, beloved child of the Creator, who is the creator of the universe, of everything that we have, beautiful and wonderful, and that you are favored in that as an insider. And you can truly begin to live from that place in your identity, and you no longer have to strive and earn something for yourself. You've already got it. You just have to live it out every day. So try that on for a little bit today and see how differently that changes things as you live and you go about your day.